Ishar Moore. Bid farewell to your native world. You will never again see it. So may it be done." Before I could make a sound, the golems on either side picked me up and hurled me forward. An unusual portal appeared. Red shadows in place of the blue lightning I was used to. The last thing I felt was searing pain that whirled through my body before dying away. And with that, High Mage Ishar Moore left his homeworld for good. "Do something, grandfather!" Ingar Ondo growled. "By the totem, if my son dies, there's no telling what I'll do." The Brown Bear clan's shaman lifted his tired eyes to gaze at the chief. He hadn't left Ingar's only son's bedside for days, pouring strength into the boy, though nothing had helped. Having fallen headfirst out of a tree, the scamp's body had given up the struggle. None of medicine, magic, or even the clan totem had been able to stop the inevitable. After taking one look at the lifeless body, the great bear had growled in annoyance, almost as though he'd been pulled away from important business, and left. A few force stones went with him as his payment. "You need to accept it, Chief." Barks Ondo was unfazed by the threat, fear a meaningless emotion at his age. "All that's left of your son is a shell. His mind is dead." The words fell with all the weight of a conviction, though it was hard to say who was being convicted. Was it 14-year-old Leg, lying there hooked up to the infusions? Or 100-year-old Barks, the chief's grandfather? The entire region was acquainted with Ingar's violent temper. The unheard-of strength the totem bestowed came with reckless rage. The chief gripped his axe so tightly his knuckles cracked. Suddenly, it was cold in the tent as Ingar's named weapon soaked up the heat and looked for a target to unleash it on. But even as the shaman raised his chin to accept the wrath of his grandson, nothing happened. The warrior proved worthy of his post as clan leader. His rage conquered. Still, that madness was simply traded in for another. "The Ondo dynasty cannot be broken. We must fill the shell." "We can. Only that won't be Leg." The shaman's implacable expression faltered. The path the chief was proposing fell outside the bounds of good and evil, one of the most ancient and terrible secrets of what was once the most powerful clan in the empire being that its totem bestowed a unique ability on them. He could pull a random soul out of the world ether and pour it into an empty vessel bereft of intelligence. And Leg fit that bill. The only problem was that the price was often incommensurate with the result, as nobody ever knew who the totem would find. It could be a powerful warrior. It could be a slave, terrified of their own shadow. "You know very well that the Great Bear isn't going to send me another son, and the clan needs an heir. We've been squeezed out into the frontiers of the Empire as it is. Any further, and it's just goblins and death. No, grandfather, if there's the faintest hope of getting my son back, even with a stranger's soul, we need to seize it. Use 100 diamonds. That should be enough to please the totem." "Okay, grandson," Barks said with a nod as he acquiesced to the fearsome demand. "I'll perform the ritual this evening." Chapter 1. It wasn't easy for my concept of self to sink in. The dark nothingness was unwilling to let me go, its claws deep inside me as it sucked my strength away. Perfectly happy losing myself in forgetfulness without a care in the world, something persistent and impossibly repulsive wouldn't let me. The sensation was something like a light stagger to begin with, though it quickly grew into a forceful shaking as sound and finally a blinding light bore their way into my consciousness. My body reacted faster than I could. Even as my eyes did their best to close, something held them open. Growling in frustration, I tried to wave it away, though it didn't work. My muscles were refusing to listen. "He's awake! Praise the totem! Tell the chief!"